How many gyms are in Disney World? Do you
So
know?
I think they're going to do, there's 3 different facilities. There's 2 arenas. One of them, from what I understand, is mostly used for like cheerleading and dance, which I think is going to be the main arena that they use. And then there's another arena where you've seen games probably. They play college events there.
Sure.
So there's 2 arenas, and then there's going to be a third place, like a convention center, where they'll put down practice courts because the teams are going to have to practice there as well. But the interesting thing is, so Rich, there'll be 2 games. My expectation is that there will be 5 or 6 games per day during this period. So there will be games going on all day. You will be able to watch NBA basketball at 2:00. And when we get to the playoffs, it won't be the case for the second round. But based on this date in October, excuse me, there will be NBA playoff games, I believe. I haven't seen the schedule yet, but there will be NBA first-round playoff games taking place at 2:00 in the afternoon on a weekday, like with the NCAA tournament.
Oh.
It won't be that for the second round going forward. Then you can easily do it. But they're going to have, to play all these games and get it done by October, they're going to have to play 3 and 4 playoff games a day, and they're not going to want to play them concurrently too much. They're going to want to single them off, and I think you could have some afternoon playoff basketball.
I think Chris Brockman, you were applauding off camera right there.
Windhorst, let's go. A full day of hoops.
As you were busy getting our stream back online because we had internet problems, Brian, I appreciate your patience. You missed Brian basically say, let's pump the brakes a little bit here. And I don't think you're being a Debbie Downer, Brian. You're talking about reality and what's going on, and there's families that are going to come, and we need to know the whole logistics. And many sports leagues are going to be very interested in how many hotels are being used and how do you get players to and from stadiums and how do you get people who are in support roles to stay healthy and how do you test them all and what happens if somebody does test positive and how to react to it. I think everyone's going to be keenly looking at this thing and hopefully the virus and science and the way that it progresses can only serve to help with more time.
Yeah, and Rich, we're going to learn like the NHL is going to start like a month before the NBA, and the Premier League in England. I mean, we've already got soccer happening in Europe, but the NBA is going to be sitting there taking notes, watching this. What is this? What do we do with crowd noise? Okay, what do we do with this? I mean, and it's going to be strange for the players. The players are going to dress at their hotel. And these are guys who are used to walking into arenas with $10,000 worth of clothes on that they planned out for the playoffs 3 months prior.
Yes.
They're going to come to the arena in their uniform. And after the game, they're going to slap on ice bags, I think, and go get in the bus, and they're going to shower back at their hotel. And here's the other thing. They may not even get their rooms cleaned. Like, every day they may have towels and sheets left outside their rooms, and they're going to have to go make their own beds and clean their own bath. I mean, there'll be some cleaning, but they're not going to get, from what I understand, they're not going to have daily service. And, you've been to Disney World, or I've been to Disney World. I don't know if you have.
Yes, I have. Sure, of course.
I've eaten at the hotels at Disney World. The food it gets repetitive after a while. I don't know if, I'm sure they're going to have some of their own chefs in there, but, you're going to, they're not going to go to them. I mean, I know that it's so nice to hear Disney World, and it's a nice thing. They're not going to the Magic Kingdom. I think Woj mentioned in his reporting today that they will be allowed to play golf, which is great for the guys who play golf. But they're not. I don't expect they're going to be able to go to clubs on a nightly basis. They'll do. I'm sure that they will do some things to help them blow off steam and recreation, but this is not going to be going to summer camp.
No, I got it.
This is going to be hard.
I guess so, but let's for some teams it won't be that long because they'll play the 8 regular season games and go home, and then for other teams it won't be that long because they'll get stomped in the first round of the playoffs, and it's a business trip. It's a business trip for everybody to cut checks, keep this thing going, get through this season, and then we'll deal with what 2020, 2021 looks like. I mean, I guess, right?
And I know people are already talking about this is going to be asterisks, and if they feel that way, go for it. I'm not going to fight with you on it. That's fine. But this will be one of the hardest things to win that anybody has ever played for in basketball. to go through a season having to stop down everything, then having to restart, find your edge again, and dealing with not having your facility, not having your personal chef, not having your same therapy equipment, to have to deal with all of that, to go through the mental stress of having limited access to your family and friends, to go through the mental stress of having to be living in a hotel room for 3 consecutive months, because it's going to be almost 3 months by the time you quarantine, train, and go through all the way to the finals. If you think that makes that trophy that you win at the end lesser, I can't talk you out of it, but I think it's going to make it just as hard as any other title that's ever been won.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.